have control of what other people do. And in this business model, you are counting on other people to work really hard, but they're not really rewarded for it. You're rewarded for their hard work. That's why I don't think it's a good, I know it's not a good opportunity. Good opportunities do not rob you of time and money, claiming they're going to give you time freedom and financial freedom. It's just so frustrating. Hello you guys, my name is Caitlin. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be sharing my Le-Vel story. If you have no idea what Le-Vel is, they are a multi-level marketing company that sells health and wellness products, and they are most known for their 3 steps, which is vitamins, shakes, and wearable nutrition, or like a patch that you put on your skin. If you've not seen my first video talking all about my experience with Advocare, I recommend watching that because that really set me up for joining Le-Vel. Even though I took a several month break between like 2019, leaving Zurvita, being like, I'm probably never gonna join another MLM ever again because this is stupid. And then fast forward to 2020. And 2020 really was the year that MLMs like exploded, like all of them, because everyone was like panicking, looking for at-home jobs. And since 2020, I feel like 2020 and 2021, since then, I feel like everyone's leaving and multi-level marketing companies are really struggling. And that's just my opinion. So in 2020, I had no intentions of joining another multi-level marketing company. And I realized that I was very unhappy for a variety of different reasons. I needed therapy, not an MLM. I didn't have that many friends on Facebook, and I rarely accepted friend requests. But in probably June of 2020, this random girl sent me a friend request. It's like, okay, cool, she works at my local hospital, like, okay. I don't even know if we had mutual friends or whatever, but for some reason, I'm like, sure, accept friend request. And so her stuff started showing up in my feed, and I noticed that she looked so happy. And I was kind of watching a little bit. She shared on her stories something called Thrive. She looked really happy, and that is what piqued my interest. I was like, why does this girl look so happy? And I was very unhappy. And so I didn't realize I was like looking for a solution, which the solution is therapy, honestly. But at the time, I was like, oh, this girl's really happy. I wonder what she's doing. Around 4th of July, she had posted a story of like a 3-step, 3-day trial. And I had never heard of Thrive or Le-Vel or the 3 steps. I guess I saw them in her stories, but I didn't know anything about it. Shortly after 4th of July, I messaged her because I'm like, what the hell is this? I messaged her on Messenger and I'm like, hey, what's Thrive? And she was like, do you want to know as a customer or as a promoter? And at this point, I'm just looking for information, as a promoter. And so she sends me her script. I didn't know it was a script. I learned that later. But she sent me the script of like, okay, here's what I do. I am a promoter for a health and wellness company. I share my love for these products and, teach other people how to do the same. Something along those lines. And she made it sound super easy, kind of fun. And I'm like, okay, cool. So then she's like, do you want me to throw promoter packs your way? And I'm like, okay, sure. So she was like, okay, here's how you get started. We have, a $200 pack, a $400 pack, and an $800 pack. So when you join any MLM, you essentially need to buy a starter kit to get started. So you're paying money to join this company. And then you're a 1099 contractor, but they tell you it's your own business. And so anyways, I didn't really know what I was getting myself into. So I decided to buy the $400 pack, and that came with 2 months worth of Thrive products and a couple of free additional products they throw in there. She's like, okay, well, text me what shake flavor you want. And so I text her, so I get off of Facebook Messenger and I text her. And I end up giving this stranger my credit card number, which is a big red flag. But they do that so that way they can create the account for you and make sure it's set up properly, because you need to be under them, and if you're a customer, be on auto ship so that way they get credit. So we're taught to place orders for customers, so we have to get their credit card information. And that's just not cool and a big red flag that I ignored. So anyway, she placed my order, she set up my account, she created me a promoter account. And when you create a promoter account with Le-Vel, Like, it goes through the policies and procedures, the 2020 income disclosure statement, which wasn't a thing in 2020. They published it afterwards, but have not published an updated one. And there's a bunch of other stuff, but she created my account for me, so I didn't get to look at the income disclosure statement. Not that I even knew what it meant, or the policies and procedures. Like, you have to agree to abide by the policies and procedures, but I didn't even get to look at them because this stranger created this account for me. She placed my order, and then she sent me the information of like, okay, cool, username and password, and here you go check out your back office, and I'm gonna add you to all the Facebook groups. And so anyways, I give the stranger my credit card number, and I pay $400 on the spot, over $400 because shipping and taxes, and I'm suddenly a Thrive promoter. So I basically messaged this stranger asking for information and left being a promoter because their script, which makes sense if you're going to be in sales and marketing, it's helpful to have a script, but their script worked. It worked on me. It got me. And so I'm like, okay, cool. Maybe this will make me happy and I'm going to try it out. I'm all in. I want to be successful. I want to be, happy and healthy and financially free, because they're like, oh yeah, time freedom, all the things. So I was bought and sold into it pretty much instantly. I'm like, cool. I have this side hustle now, and I'm gonna do this thing, and I'm gonna be so successful. It's gonna be way different than Advocare. It's going to be amazing. I instantly get plugged into all of the Facebook groups for trainings, and instantly it's like, okay, here's a checklist of what you need to do every day. Post to Facebook 3 times a day, post to Instagram once a day, post on your stories 24/7, share your life, share every detail possible, be relatable, build relationships. Like, you're instantly instructed to do all of these things. And it can be so overwhelming. And here's the thing. Joining an MLM, any MLM, you suddenly think that you're an expert in that thing. It's like, okay, I'm now part of this health and wellness company, so I am suddenly an expert, right? It's like, oh, I'm telling everybody you need to try these 3 steps. You got an issue, 3 steps. Try the 3 steps. It will help you. It will solve all of your problems. It will fill your nutritional gaps. It is so great. But when people join these companies, they're not actually qualified to be giving these type of recommendations. Supplements are not even regulated by the FDA, and some companies can be really shady. I can't say that Le-Vel was shady, but it's just like, I feel like they're overpriced and not really necessary. But I'm like, okay, I want to be happy. And during this time in my life, I was in the process of building a home, and I was like, cool, I could use more money. This will be great. I want to make money from my phone. And from being a part of previous MLMs, I truly did think that being in an MLM could help me create my dream life, where it's like, oh yeah, I'll have an online business. It'll be so great. I'll make so much money, even though that wasn't my experience in those other MLMs. So something else that I want to add that is super important is that when I started posting on Facebook, posting 3 times a day, my upline would tell me, make your stuff public. So that way, other people that might not be following you can see what your profile is all about, and maybe they'll want to follow you. I'm like, okay, that makes sense. But I had it private for a reason. There are people on the internet that I don't want to see my stuff, especially my cringy ass multi-level marketing posts, okay? But anyways, at this time, I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. So September of 2020, I had posted a lot of stuff publicly, and I checked my phone one day, and so my dad and my brother have the same name, and my dad went to prison when I was 8, and he's not a part of my life. So when I checked my phone, it said my brother's name liked my Facebook post. And I'm like, that's not his profile picture, that's weird. So I click on it. My dad had found my Facebook, saw all of the stuff that I had been posting, and I instantly wanted to vomit. I was like, he doesn't need access to my life, this is not okay. But because I was told, make your stuff public by successful people, and I wanted to be successful so badly, I did what they told me to do. Even though it put me at risk for someone finding my Facebook and seeing the public stuff that I posted. I had to there's been times when I had to lecture my mom, be like, hey, yo, take that shit down. Don't be posting this information on the internet. Literally, some common sense and internet safety sometimes goes out the window because you want to be relatable and tell people all of your business, so that way they might want to join your team, and it can create unsafe situations. Luckily, nothing came out of my dad finding me on Facebook. I blocked him and all of his 27 other profiles. Because at that point, I actually didn't even know that he had a Facebook. And it's like, oh, you accidentally liked my shit. Now I know. Block you, block your whole family, block everyone. Bye. And it's just, people in MLMs want to be successful so bad that they don't think about the consequences of sharing their whole entire lives on the internet. And you have like 2 weeks, your VIP period, which I think each company has like their own incentive to help you reach success fast, where it's like, oh, if you achieve these metrics, you get extra bonuses. So you're incentivized to get customers and get promoters or reps or whatever the company calls them. The thing about multi-level marketing is that you're rewarded for bringing more people into the scheme. And so, yeah, there is products and there is customers, and you get paid when customers buy products. But the most money is made from recruiting people, and that's why this system is so problematic. With a multi-level marketing company, with Le-Vel, you need to recruit people underneath you in order to even hit the first rank of the company. And if you do not recruit people, you don't make much money. And that's problematic. You can work so hard, but because you're a 1099 contractor, you only get paid when you make a sale or recruit someone or anyone on your team makes a sale. That's how you get paid. So they're like, oh, just hop on social media and share these products and get paid. No, you get paid when people buy shit from you. So I became a promoter. Then what? Basically, I started just sharing about my life, posting to my social medias, just having it be all about Thrive and Le-Vel in my life. And I really tried to be successful. And within your first 2 weeks, you're supposed to, if you can acquire 4 customers and 4 promoters, you hit a VIP $800 bonus. And I didn't hit that. I was able to, at some point, recruit my mom. And so she was my first promoter underneath me. And then I had a couple of customers, a couple of people that ordered and were on auto ships and whatever. But I was spending a lot of money. Even though I got my products for free every month, I was still like, oh, look, a sale that doesn't use product credits. So I'm going to just buy all these products because it's a good deal. It's on sale out of my own pocket. I joined in July. So your goal is to become like a 4K leader. So you want to have a team. So 2 promoters underneath you and $4,000 in team sales total in order to hit the first rank of the company. So I mean, when you sign up, you're a promoter and you want to hit 4K, and that's the first rank. Each month you want to get as much sales as possible, and you want to hit those ranks. And so with Le-Vel, the ranks are, so when you sign up, you are a promoter that most people are at. And then the second rank is 4K, which means you did $4,000 in sales, and then 12K, $12,000 in sales, 40K, 80K, and 200K. And the people that make the most money have the biggest downline. And that's what they're getting paid off of, their team's sales. And so if you don't have a team, you're not making money no matter how hard you're working. And that's such a problem. And it's not okay. So the stress of every single month wanting to either hit or maintain a rank, it's so stressful. So I started in July and I hit the first rank of 4K in November of 2020. So it took me a couple of months, and it was so stressful because every month it restarts and sets to 0. So everyone starts at 0. And then if you have a team, you're gonna get lots of team volume and hit those ranks a lot faster. So in November of 2020, there was Black Friday sales, and me and my mom both spent a lot of money on these sales. And I only had 1 team member under me, and it was my mom. And you have to have 2 team members and a collective of $4,000 in team sales to hit the first rank. Between me and my mom, and I guess our collective customers, my team did $4,000 in sales, but I only had 1 promoter under me. And my team lead saw that, and she's like, oh, I want you to hit 4K. People below her hitting ranks benefits her. And so she had a new promoter. I don't know how new. When you get a promoter, you have 60 days to place them under someone else if you choose to. And so she had a new promoter that she placed underneath me. So then I accrued her volume and had my 2 active promoters. So that's how I hit that rank. So she helped me hit that rank because people were not joining my team. Even though I was posting 24/7 and doing all of the things and hopping on every single team meeting and doing everything right, people didn't want to be a part of my team. And so she helped me because it benefited her. Then in December, I did not hit that rank again. And it's because I didn't spend as much money. Because when you, like for Le-Vel, I don't know how all the companies work, but when I would spend money, it would be part of my volume. So if I spent $4,000 and had 2 people who at least spent $100 each below me, then hey, I hit 4K. So in December of 2020, I did not hit 4K again. And I had signed up Dylan, my boyfriend, underneath me as a customer. So if I needed to order products, I could just order them off of his account and I would get paid for them. And so in January of 2021, I upgraded Dylan to become a promoter. But what they don't really tell you is that you have to pay taxes. Like, he has to pay taxes on any money that I make running his account. And I bought the $800 pack. So I spent $800 on his account. And that helped me. You get like a fast start bonus when you sign up promoters. So in January, from January through April of 2021, there was the rank matching bonuses. And what that means is that if you hit a rank for the first time, then you get paid out that much money. Dylan, his account that I was running, started at 0. So he had never hit 4K. I had already hit 4K on my account, but I didn't maintain it. So my goal was to get his account to 4K and get a 4K rank matching bonus. That's what I wanted to do. I'm like, I'm going to hit that bonus. I'm so excited. I'm growing my team. I'm going to be successful. I'm doing all of the things. All of them. I worked really hard, and I didn't hit 4K on his account in January or February or March, and it wasn't until April. So April of 2021, it was the most stressful month ever. And part of it is that, so you have to have 2 active promoters underneath you. I had 1 active promoter underneath him. I had recruited someone to join my team and I put them underneath Dylan. I still needed 1 more active promoter in order to hit 4K and hit that bonus. I managed to do $4,000 in sales, just me and that girl and all of our collective customers. But I was missing the second promoter, and I had a girl that was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna join your team, like it's gonna be so awesome. And I created her a free promoter account, which you can join Le-Vel for free, but it is highly, highly encouraged to buy a starter kit, a promoter pack. If you don't do that, you at least need to have $100 of volume. Either you buy $100 worth of stuff or you get a customer who buys $100 worth of stuff. Like, you have to have $100 in volume in order to be an active promoter. So I created this girl a free account because she told me that she was going to place an order on Friday or whatever. And then it's the last day of the month and she's like, oh yeah, I've changed my mind. I don't want to do that anymore. Like, I'm over it. And I was counting on her. Like, all of my eggs were in that basket. And so the desperation was so real. It was so stressful. And I was desperate. And you don't see a lot of the behind the scenes at the end of the month that reps go through of trying so hard to make a sale or recruit someone or hit their goals. But you don't really have control of what other people do. And in this business model, you are counting on other people to work really hard, but they're not really rewarded for it. You're rewarded for their hard work. I'm panicking. I'm like, oh no, I'm not going to hit this bonus. This is the last day to get this bonus ever, and panicking. So what do? I called up my brother's girlfriend, and I'm like, hey, can I create a promoter account underneath me? And will you place an order of $100 and I will Venmo you $100 to cover the cost of your order? She's like, sure, no problem. So I bought my rank, if I'm being honest, which is not uncommon. If you watch anti-MLM content, you've probably heard of horror stories or of people like getting found out that, oh, they bought their rank. You're not supposed to do that. If you get caught doing that and you're in the company, like, they can terminate you, withhold your bonus. You could get in big trouble. Anyways, I hit that bonus on his account. You know, it was celebrated all over the interwebs. Like, my team was celebrating me, like, oh my gosh, good job, like, you did it, I knew you could do it, blah blah blah, 4K leader, blah blah blah. And they want, you know, proof to show people, oh yeah, our team is winning, join our team. That was like the most success that I had in April of 2021. So my goal was to at least hit the second rank of the company, because with Le-Vel, you get a $300 car bonus if you hit the second rank, if you don't have a luxury vehicle. If you have a luxury vehicle, they'll give you, I think, $800. I'm not that fancy. But then it's like you only get to receive that $300 bonus every month if you maintain that rank. So that was my goal, but you have to have like 2 4K leaders below you and a collective team volume of $12,000. And according to Le-Vel's 2020 income disclosure statement, only 2% of all reps, of all promoters, hit the second rank of the company of 12K. So it's absolutely unrealistic. Most people never even hit 4K or 12K. And it's like, the reps will be like, oh yeah, I get a car bonus, and, you know, wouldn't it be so nice to not have to worry about this payment, and wouldn't it be nice to do this? And like, also at the second rank, Le-Vel offers like several trips a year that you can earn. They claim it's like all-inclusive trips, but like you have to still meet the requirements. But they don't tell you that whatever money the company spends on you, that goes on your taxes. You're taxed on that money. So you're not given, like physically given this amount of cash, but then you still have to pay taxes on it. But they don't tell you that either. They claim it's a free all-inclusive vacation, which is a lie because you still have to pay taxes. And there's so much misinformation that the reps will tell you. In all multi-level marketing companies, they tell you the things that they think that you want to hear and tell you only the good things, so that way you will join under them and make them money. I remember I was sending voice memos to my best friend saying like, oh yeah, I'm gonna hit 12K and I'm gonna take you on a trip someday and all these things, like I'm gonna be successful, it's gonna be so great. But no matter how hard I tried, you're only successful if other people join you. But no one joined me. And it was like so disheartening, and it was like, this isn't working and I'm spending a lot of money. Something that I didn't do during the time was a profit and loss statement. So how much money did I make versus how much money am I spending? Especially at the companies that are like, oh, weekly checks. When you get a weekly check for $25, but you spent $280, like the math isn't mathing. You know, we're not told or taught do a profit and loss statement, which is something everyone should do. If you're in an MLM, do a profit and loss statement. Your eyeballs might just like insert head explosion emoji. Like, it was about January of 2022 that I was like, you know what? I'm done. This isn't working. My heart's not really in it anymore. I'm not reaching the success that I was under the impression that would be achievable. And last but not least, I have 2 more points to make. So the first one being, MLMs will be like, oh my gosh, we have such a great community. Like, I'm guilty of this too. I made posts about this awesome community that I was a part of. And as soon as I left, basically that community disappeared. Except for the girl that my upline put underneath me to help me hit 4K. Her and I still talked for a little while, but I don't really talk to her now. She doesn't live like super close to me. But we were friends. But outside of her, like my upline, anyone else, no one talked to me ever again because I was no longer making them money. So you lose that community when you leave an MLM because they're like, oh, well, you're not making me money, so you're not worth my time. Peace out. And that's really sad. And it's almost like fake friendships where it's like, oh, I'm only a part of this community if I keep making people money, if I keep being a part of this scam. And it's just really sad. The second thing I have to say is that after I left, I added up how much money I spent in 1.5 years on Le-Vel's products. And I spent $6,500 on just Thrive products, which is insane. But it's like, oh, my $400 pack, Dylan's $800 pack, and then I continued to buy products like each month because you need to be a product of the product. And so honestly, the reps are the ones that are the glorified customers because they're the ones spending the most money. But anyways, it's like, okay, so I totaled it all up. I spent $6,500 on Thrive Le-Vel products. And I had made $3,500 in 1.5 years. So that means that I spent out of my own pocket, I was negative $3,000 when I left. So being a part of Le-Vel, I lost $3,000 in 1.5 years. And they tell you this is a great opportunity. Like, do it now. This will change your life. And it kind of negatively impacted my life. Like, it was super stressful. And then financially, like, it did not benefit me at all. That's why I don't think it's a good, I know it's not a good opportunity. Good opportunities do not rob you of time and money, claiming they're going to give you time freedom and financial freedom. It's just so frustrating. You can do all of the right things, do everything your upline tells you, and you still might lose money. And the FTC states that most people make no money or lose money. It's not uncommon. That is most people's experience. That was my experience. And honestly, don't join any MLM, because the problem is the business structure, because you're rewarded for bringing more people into this business, and it's a scam. It is a scam. Changing to a new company is not going to solve it. The problem is the business model. Don't join Le-Vel. Don't join any multi-level marketing company. If you are in one and considering leaving, do a profit and loss statement. How much have you made and how much have you spent? That right there should be like the biggest eye-opener for most people. No one's told to do that when you're in it, because your upline doesn't actually want you to see the truth of, oh, I'm losing money. And if you are to see that and bring that up to them, they'll be like, oh, well, it's going to pay off. You're investing in yourself. It's going to pay off. Like, it will work out, when no, it most likely will not. That is my Le-Vel story. So I left in 22 and I have not looked back. I found anti-MLM content on YouTube and I'm like, holy shit, I am so validated. Wow. And I don't recommend it. Don't do it. So anyways, thank you for watching this video. I hope that it was educational. And if you have ever been in an MLM, I hope that you can realize that you're not alone. Like, you're not dumb or stupid for falling for whatever and getting involved. Like, not everyone does it, but a lot of people don't even know what they're getting into. I didn't know what I was getting into because it was very different from Advocare. And I'm like, well, I'll try this since this girl made it sound so easy in her little script that she sent me. You know, it's like, oh, I'm never gonna be 24 or 25 again. And I cannot go back and re-experience the times when I missed out on things because I was glued to my phone. Or like when Dylan and I took a trip to Seattle, it was supposed to be just a nice little getaway, and I literally was crying at 10 p.m. at night because I had not made a Facebook post for my business. And I'm like, oh my gosh, if I don't do this, I'm not going to be successful. Blah, blah, blah. And I'm so glad that I don't have to worry about that shit no more. And I haven't had to worry about it in like over 2 years. But it's just wild. So there you have it. That is my experience with Thrive Le-Vel. And just don't join an MLM, any of them, because they're all basically the same. They tell you this one's different, but it's the same business structure, and it's a business structure that is the problem, where it's like, oh, I have to recruit people in order to make money. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you for being here. I hope that you have a beautiful, blessed rest of your day. Don't join an MLM. Don't do it. And I'll catch you in the next video. Okay, bye.